Today we're talking about a movie that I've been thinking about for a long time. I loved that movie when I was a child. It gave me this adventurous feeling where I wanted to travel the world. I wanted to see different things. I wanted to go to an island with women not wearing any clothes. This movie is The Bounty. Was it 1984 or 1985? Does anybody know?
84.
So imagine yourself stuck on a ship in the middle of the ocean. Every move that you make is watched. Every mistakes are punished. And your captain thinks that fear is the same as respect. That life was on the HMS Bounty. When discipline meets humanity, things get explosive. This is actually a historical drama. It's not an original story. It actually happened. There were two movies before, one with Clark Gable, one with Marlon Brando. And according to historians, this is the most accurate one. And in my opinion, I haven't seen the others, but I don't know if they can match the talent we have in this movie. So what do you think of this movie?
All right. I have a lot of things to say about the movie, and we will have time to say it. But first, if I have to resume, I would say that for me, the movie is fantastic. The story is very interesting, very original. It's a true story, which is something always fascinating, especially this kind of story. The cinematography is amazing. The actors are amazing. And for me, this is the kind of movie that you can rate like as an underrated movie, you know? And yeah, that's a summarize of that. Yeah.
What about you, Hugo?
First, I'd like to say that I always enjoyed that kind of movie. You need to face your own will of freedom and adventure. I like the movie. It's not gonna change my life, but it's not Mosquito Coast neither. Yeah, I enjoy this movie. I will explain later why, and there's many reasons. So yeah, I enjoy it.
I
Okay.
mean, you enjoyed it, but did you like it a lot, or it was an okay movie for you?
More than okay. It's good. It's not in my
Okay,
top 10, but it's
it's a plus
maybe
plus.
like I
Mhm.
said, I really enjoyed that kind of movie, and honestly, it's maybe the best I've seen because we don't have a lot of good movies.
So
Yep.
couple of things to know about the movie is made through flashbacks. So we start the movie with Captain Bligh being court-martialed by a bunch of very, very stern English admirals, I'm
Yeah,
assuming. One
tra-
of them being
tra-
Laurence Olivier.
traditional. Yeah,
Yeah,
very
they have
traditional.
wigs and everything. You can't mess with these
Yeah,
guys. They're going to get you executed or hung or whatever. And so they're asking him why he lost control of his ship, the Bounty. And he starts explaining and telling the story. And what happened is that he chose Christian Fletcher, who was a friend of his, to be part of the crew. And they decided to go through Cape Horn and circumvent, come on, how do we say? Go around the world.
circumnavigates.
Circumnavigate, there you go, Sebastian. To circumnavigate the planet and go from England to Tahiti to pick up some fruits. Do you remember how these fruits are called?
Yeah, fruits,
Breadfruits.
bread,
Yeah, I don't know what they are,
breadfruits. Yeah,
but they want to get those plants and bring them to Latin America, to the plantations or whatever, so to feed some slaves that they have.
it's in Caribbean, in Jamaican, in
Okay.
English colonies. Yeah.
Yep. So they want to feed the slaves with that. And this is
Maybe we
how
should let
the
Sebastian continue. He maybe know the movie better than you.
yeah. Go ahead,
I'm
Sebastian. I'm listening.
I'm just the historical assistant, you know.
I'd like to talk about a little bit about the production to begin with, because that movie blew me away. When I was a kid, it was
Yeah.
normal, so I wasn't really surprised by the quality of the production. But seeing it with a 2026 eye, this movie is like a jewel. It has
Yeah.
everything. What do you guys think about the production?
Yes.
First,
Go ahead.
let's start with the one who bring the money. It's Dino De Laurentiis, who is legendary. we can spend hours talking about the things they have done. Just to say one thing, that the movies receive less money because all the money at this time of the studio was for Superman, and the movie was late, and it was going expensive and expensive, so they took the money from the bounty to give it to Superman, the Richard Donner one.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
Superman 1.
Yeah, with Richard Donner, no?
I thought he
Yeah,
did
I
the
think
first and the
it's
second. I'm not sure.
yeah, I think so. Uh,
Eh,
for me, the production of the movie and it's amazing. I mean, I totally agree with you, Julian. Everything is. I mean, when you look with your eyes of 2026, you know, you realize how did they make this movie in 1984. You know, when you see the chip, when you see the locations, when you see the you know the will to make a movie like that with so much adventure and so much yeah, it's amazing. For me, it's amazing to be able to do a movie like that in 1984. It's incredible.
I think the answer is it was hard, hard work, and a lot of people that are very talented. So the movie originally was supposed to be a two movies.
Okay.
David Lean, who was the director of a bunch of great movies like Lawrence of Arabia, he was supposed to direct it, but then the budget went too high and he left. I don't know why he left, but Roger Donaldson took over, and Mel Gibson and Anthony Hopkins, they were brought in to replace the original choice, which I don't know who they are, but I know that one of them was supposed to be Oliver Reed and somebody else. So that's when they went to from two movies to just one. And they built a $4 million ship to be the bounty. That's just the way it is. And they actually went to Tahiti with it, which is absolutely
Yeah.
insane. Insane.
Yeah, exactly. When you see the camera shot from very far away and you see the ship arriving or leaving Tahiti, you know, you clearly see that this is a real boat and this is a real location, you know, and it's so incredible to feel that you are really in the movie with the people, with the boats, with the location. It's yeah, once again, it's incredible.
It
Go
was
ahead.
often at this time, even low budget movie, if you need to build a ship, you build a ship, and there's no CGI, so
It was a fully functional ship. It wasn't
yes.
like a ship in a pool somewhere and some fake decor and stuff. It was a ship in the middle of the ocean,
Yeah, and you
which is
see it,
crazy.
and you completely see it, and you feel it when even when there's a storm or whatever. It's impressive.
Yeah, yeah,
So they went for that. They went for the realism, and I believe if it was the guy of Lawrence of Arabia before, he set it up to be a very cinematic movie. I think it's not a very artistic movie. It's a movie like they used to be a lot of those mid-range historical reenactment, and they don't make movies like this anymore. If it's not a
yeah.
franchise, nobody would spend that kind of money in a movie anymore.
In a
You know what I
sense, you
mean?
can say as well. In a sense, you can say as well that it's a movie that kept the kind of adventurous way of doing the movie before that, and a more realistic and with good actors and very strong personalities actors in more modern cinema.
If you look at the casting, you can see that. We have Daniel Day-Lewis, who was a young man that I'm assuming nobody knew at the time. We got Liam Neeson. We get, well, of course, the two big ones. Well, you know, Anthony Hopkins, who was already big at the time, right? I think we spoke about it, Hugo.
Eh,
He had already made Elephant Man, or was
eh,
it?
Yeah, he was a huge star. Not. I mean, he was
eh,
a recognized. And
it,
you know what I thought when I was watching the movies. Honestly, Anthony Hopkins is the most boring actor I ever seen. You
Ooh, I feel
can't.
like we have a debate coming up. Go ahead.
yeah, I don't agree
It's
with
a
you
hook.
at all,
It's a
but
hook. We
Yeah,
got
yeah.
a hook.
Okay, guys, can you tell me a movie with Anthony Hopkins, or you can talk about it and say, yeah, he's so, he's not that good. He's boring in a sense that he's just too perfect. I can't remember a movie with him, and I said, come on, he play like shit. So don't waste time to talk about Anthony Hopkins. He's just perfect. He's just perfect. So it's kind of boring.
But okay, so if we compare with
Okay.
Gary Oldman, for example, Anthony Hopkins is not like a guy who transforms himself in somebody else, right? You can always see that it's Anthony Hopkins. He still played the same kind of roles every time, right? The smart, deep, rigid person. You know what I mean? He's never a
Yeah, it's
comedian,
true.
right? He's
Yeah,
not like Gary Oldman who can be anyone.
Yeah, but let's talk about
Yeah,
Anthony
it's true.
Hopkins. He's playing like a scientist, you know. When I was watching The Bounty, honestly, every sequence with him, I was amazed. I was amazed. He's playing just perfectly in even at the end, you know, when they are putting they are putting them in this little ship, and it's just perfect. It's just perfect.
Yeah, it could be seen as a theater professor, you know, when he's acting, because he has so much range. You know, I understand why you say it could be boring, but being boring because he's perfect is it's like he's the master of his arts of acting,
Is
and yeah, definitively, and he has so much range that he's like seeing a professor teaching theater, you know, in a sense.
See, I disagree with you. I don't know if he has range because he's mostly known for roles with depth. He's deep. I don't know if he has a lot of range. I don't know if he plays
Yeah, I
multiple
understand.
different kinds of people, but he's very deep
I,
when he
I
plays one.
I don't talk about range, about the different personality, but range in like a subtlety, you know, subtlety in his way of playing. You know, he can convey so
but
much things just with his face and the way he talk. And there is many scene in the movie where you can see that, and that's why he's so good.
He's very deep.
You don't have the body to make action movie, and I'm sure you know that. But just have a look at this filmography, yeah. Silence of the Lambs. I haven't seen it, but the father was supposed to be just an amazing elephant man. Dracula is playing Van Helsing, and it's not like a Oscar role or Cannes or whatever, but it's just perfect. Legend of the Fall is playing the father of this family. Don't know. When I was watching The Bounty, it just reminded me that he is the best actor, a live actor. It's not anyone else. I know that today we are talking a lot of Daniel Day-Lewis, who is supposed to be no. The master is Anthony Hopkins. I believe it.
I still think the most versatile actor is Gary Oldman. He can be anyone.
Yeah,
I don't
love
think
Gary
Anthony
Oldman.
Hopkins can be. I don't think Anthony Hopkins can be anyone. Or maybe it's just that he's so good at a certain type of character that he's always cast as that type of character. They don't give him an
Maybe,
opportunity to be,
maybe.
you know, a comedian or something. Maybe he's really funny.
The way he's acting, Anthony Hopkins, is like he is, in a sense, his own niche in acting. And in comparison, some other actors like Gary Oldman, they can blend into any type of characters.
Well, I'm not sure that Gary Oldman will have be that good on The Bounty. I'm not sure Anthony Hopkins, Gary Oldman will have that good in Silence of the Lambs. We love him. We love Gary Oldman.
He plays in Silence of the Lambs too in Red Dragon,
Yeah.
I think. And he's awesome in it also.
It's not the third one. It's Hannibal or
I don't remember. It's one of them.
yep.
But I think we should do a special podcast where we watch a bunch of not very well-known Anthony Hopkins movies and we can talk about it. I think he deserves it
Okay.
Yeah,
because, you know,
I,
he's probably going
I
to
have a
die soon. So we have to be ready for this.
But maybe we are amazed of his performance because honestly, the one of his
Because he's
mirror in the
better than
movie,
Chris Pratt. Yes.
yeah, I'm not sure, but Mel Gibson is not that good in the movie.
It's another hook.
come on. Okay.
I think
Yes.
Mel Gibson
What?
is just a little bit uh, insipid in the Bounty.
So bland?
Eh,
He's bland?
Yeah, I think so.
because his characters demands it, you know. and there is a reason. And when he has the opportunity to act, he's acting very well.
You know, I read that Mel Gibson was not happy about his own performance in the movie. And honestly, watching the movie, I don't see a problem at all. I think he's great. I think it's fantastic. I think his performance is still a million times better than Ryan Reynolds or Chris Pratt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
Or Jared Leto.
not
Ooh, don't say something like that in front of Sebastian.
you know every performance of any actor before 2000 is 100 times better than any performance of every actor after that. So yeah.
Talking about Jared Leto, I have a little anecdote about the movie. You know, Jared Leto is known for being a method actor who stays in character outside of work. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And apparently, Anthony Hopkins also a little bit, at least for this movie, because when they were in Tahiti, all the crews and stuff, they were drinking and partying. They loved their life in Tahiti, right? So Mel Gibson and Liam Neeson, woo, they would go out and drink and stay up until like 5 a.m. and stuff. But Anthony Hopkins, he would isolate himself from the crew. He didn't want to drink. He didn't want to party with them. So he was like Captain Bligh, and they were the real crew. So when they would go and start the day, he would be fresh and ready, and they would be like, and he would be mad at them because they were not ready. So he stayed in pretty much in character for the whole movie.
Yeah, you can say the same for the crew, you know?
Yeah. Which one you want to be? I'd rather be the crew, you know?
Yeah. Especially in Tahiti, you know, in these circumstances. Yeah.
So, and Mel Gibson, when I said that he wasn't happy with his performance, apparently he struggled with like the theatrical nature of the dialogues, because the dialogues, I know you've said something when we talked about, Sebastian, when we talked about Interview with the Vampire, when you said that the way they spoke was like old English, maybe a little bit theatrical, like the old style of talking, you know?
Yeah, it felt like it felt off, you know, between because the movie was kind of a little bit modern, but the way they talk, you feel that they were talking like in a theater, you know. And I think the difference between the two make the film visually odd, you know. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's what he struggled with. That's what he says, right? He said he struggled with the fact that he was kind of old English, theatrical thing, and he was more of a Mad Max, rugged, direct kind of guy. And apparently Hopkins helped him a lot. He helped him a lot to like develop his classical actor skills.
I'm sorry, but Mel Gibson is not known as an Oscar actor, a Cannes actor. Like, I love.
He's
Mel
an
Gibson.
action movie guy.
He's an action movie and very, very, very good. You know, when he's playing Lethal Weapon, we love him, but you don't have the deep of Anthony Hopkins or other.
And you know, talking about method actors, so in the scene where he puts Captain Bligh into the little boat and like kick him out when the mutiny actually happens, apparently by mistake he hit Anthony Hopkins in the face. And Anthony Hopkins, he stayed in character, and he used the anger that he got to make the indignant rage of Captain Bligh. That's how good Anthony Hopkins is. He doesn't stop when he gets hit in the face.
And it's strange because at this time, I was completely with William Bligh, with Anthony Hopkins. Mel Gibson is a murderer. He put them in this little boat. They're gonna die. They will die normally.
Yeah. But there's still like some rules, right? He gives them maps, or he gives them some stuff so they can probably try and survive.
They kept the map. Mel Gibson kept the map because he said, I need to navigate.
Oh yeah, but they gave them something else. They gave them some help. Like it's not they gave them some food, and you know, it's not like just throw them in the boat and throw them away. They set them up somehow.
If it wasn't for Mel Gibson, you know, the crew would have killed everyone. So,
what did you guys think of the atmosphere in Tahiti?
Okay, nothing. No, I mean the whole movie, the whole atmosphere is great, and bit by bit, the movie is getting higher, with pressure, and you want to know what's going to happen. I wanted to fast forward me sometimes, okay, come on, I want to know.
See, I wanted to stay in Tahiti with them. When they arrive in Tahiti, I felt this feeling of like, it's a real place, it's real people.
Yeah.
So the production, they hired hundreds of Tahitian locals as extra. And the king in the movie was played by a guy who was an actual local chief in real life in Tahiti. His name is Tiotain Tuvi. And this guy, I don't know if he's a real actor or not, but he was amazing. He really, really played like what I imagine would be a real Tahitian guy.
Yeah, it's true. He has so much aura on the screen.
He's good. He's like the king of the Tahitian or whatever, the local chief, but he's also sensitive, right? When he gives his daughter and he let her go away, he cries alone.
He cries, yeah.
I will have stay with the Mel Gibson crew if Tahitian have plastic boobs, but fortunately, they don't.
No, I thought the boobs were great. No problem on that part.
It wasn't CGI, so
yeah,
it's
it was
practical.
Great. It was practical.
Just to say something, when you talk about when they arrive at Tahiti, I found that this scene is incredible as well, because there is so much people in the water. You have men in a pirogue, and there is so much people in the water, and it's you feel the welcome as the same as the sailor arriving in the boat. It's very nice scene.
See, I want to say something about that. I've seen a YouTube video recently, and I think I sent it to you, about how movies nowadays, they feel empty. There's nothing. There's not a lot of extras. There's not a lot of people. It's all very sterile. It's two people in a room, or two people doing this, two people doing that. This movie is full of people. It's full of life. It feels real because it feels like it's the real world. There's a lot of people doing a bunch of things. It's not like now you see two people talking in a cafe and then in the background like three people sitting, and that's it. It feels real. We used to have movies like that all the time, guys. Remember, we used to have movies that felt
movie
like
was
this.
like that.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
But if you want to compare the last movie I've seen on theater, I mean, that kind of movie, I've been to watch the one we saw, Heart of the Ocean. I think it was the name.
I've never seen it.
The Ron Howard?
A disaster. Ron Howard movie.
Yeah.
Ron Howard is a joke for me. But anyway, it's another story. And I never had a movie that I really enjoy about the subject. And when I was young, I played extras in a movies called Pirate, Roman Polanski.
Yeah. Really? Okay.
Yeah. And
he was a big child actor.
Yeah, I have a friend of mine. He was something like 10 years old at this time, and he was always he always said to me, "Hey, I'm alone with Polanski. We are playing." And now is the time.
Yeah, maybe don't stay with Polanski too much.
But anyway, I can say today that he's the best movie about that I've seen in my life, because there are not many movies, good movies about it.
So they experienced something like the crew, like I said earlier, they felt a little bit like in the movie where they arrived in Tahiti, they started playing. And apparently the production dipped really bad because a lot of the extras, so the girls and the crew, they were having too much fun off camera. So they had some days where they couldn't shoot more than 2 or 3 hours because the extras and the crew were like partying all night. So that was a big challenge for them because Tahiti was too good, too awesome. But I have to give it to the casting director, though. The extras are amazing. Everybody looks like they belong there, 100%. You know what I mean?
Totally
all the Tahitians,
agree,
they look Tahitians. There's no like, we need to include some Asians or some black people. It's all like, realistic.
It's so realistic that you feel that basically they took the actors and they put them in a real island with some real people, and there is no acting over there. It's
If it was
good.
Nowadays, the crew of the Bounty would be 1/3 black people. The captain would be a woman, a lesbian. You know what I mean? Like it looks real. Like it looks like, oh, this actually probably happened, and it did happen. So
And
I like
you
that.
can also notice in the montage, the assembly of the movie, that even in the sequence, the dramatical sequence, it's shot as it used to be. The music is not too loud. It's not.
Oh, let's
The
talk
feeling.
about the score.
Yeah, later, but
Yeah.
the feeling are not forced. You know.
Yeah, no, it's not a movie manipulating you at all. It's not
Exactly.
trying to make you feel a certain way. It's just showing you this is what it is. This is what happened. Let's talk about the score. Because I know the score at the time when the movie came out, it was a big problem because a lot of people thought the score, the synth from Vangelis, is anachronistic. It doesn't belong in a story in the past. But some other people thought it has this dream weird. Then they did it again for 1492, right? For
I was thinking
the
about
Christopher
that
Columbus.
exactly. Yeah.
I personally think I'm in the camp of yes, I agree. The score is good. It's fine that it's not an old music. You know what I mean? What do you guys think?
I think I agree, and in a sense, it's that in this movie, except for one or two times with the main theme of the movie, the rest of the score is very discreet. You know,
Exactly.
it's not.
It is.
So it's discreet and it blends very well with all the movies. So I think when a score is good like that, you don't feel that there is a score because a lot of the movies you are watching something giant. You know, you are in a location with people and everything, especially in Tahiti. You know, so I found that the soundtracks was very discreet, despite the fact that it's Vangelis.
After we don't have to present Vangelis. Huh? Just look at the movie that he did, Blade Runner, Christophe Columbus. No, it's just. After personally, I have problem with synthesized piano. You
You
know,
do? You do
yeah, I
have a
don't like
problem
it.
with that?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Okay.
But when it's done like this, it's discreet. You know, it's not. I mean, there's something from the movies today. The music is too loud in movies. It's just it's just a break to really
You mean like in
think.
Interstellar, where you can't hear
No,
anything?
in every movie, the music is too loud. It's extremely loud, and you know who was written in Le Meilleur des Mondes. The music need to be extra loud so people will stop thinking. When the
Well,
music
yeah, but the movie is such high quality that they don't care if there's moments of silence. They don't need to keep your attention constantly. You can't
we need
look away
silence.
because the movie is so good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
They don't need
It's-
the music to manipulate you.
We need silence to because there's many times when he's talk with when the two actors are talking, there's no music. You need to listen of what they are talking about. You don't need music, loud music. No, I think
yeah.
the montage, the assembly of the movie is perfect, and it was in the official competition in Cannes, the movie, and so it's not a regular movie. It was important movie of the year and the Bounty.
Yeah, but despite that, he didn't have a lot of success, you know, at box
A
office. You know, he
disaster.
didn't do. Yeah,
But me, I start to realize that many movies that we are talking about, they didn't work that much. You know.
yeah, but still, they are still a really underrated movie for a lot of them.
Yeah, we can talk about Avenger. I mean,
No,
Yeah, this score to me is fantastic, and you can see the confidence they have in their movie, right? When you say nowadays the music is too loud, it's because they think if there's a moment of silence, you're gonna take your phone and look at your phone. So they gotta keep you constantly stimulated.
exactly.
But before, we didn't have this problem before. You know, we could watch a movie and accept, okay, there's gonna be some quiet time to think about what's going on, and then some intense time. But the score from Vangelis is not trying to make you feel any emotions. It's just showing you some weird. It's hard to explain. Vangelis has this sound of adventure and alien kind of stuff, like a new situation. You know, so there's no epic John Williams. That's what I'm trying to say. You know.
yeah,
I think
it's true.
something interesting about the movie. I mean, if you compare to the movie of this time, the movie is starting quickly. You know, there's no wasting time to no. In 15 minutes, they're on the boat. 20, 30 minutes, the problems start, and I mean, you're quickly in the emotion of the crew.
I looked up the discrepancies between the real story, what actually happened, and what happened in the movie, because, like I said at the beginning, most people agree that this is the most accurate version of that story. Do you guys know any of the discrepancies?
I mean,
didn't look into
we
it,
don't
but
know the
yeah.
real story. That's what it's a book written by someone who heard the story, and we don't really know. Maybe we know the big lines, but there's many mystery in this story.
So how do they show Captain Bligh in the movie? Because personally, how I saw him is a man trying to maintain order. His job is to be the captain of the ship and to make the mission happen. But for some reason, he goes to an island where all the women show their breasts, and then he's surprised that all the dudes, they want to stay there. You know what I mean? He keeps trying to maintain discipline, but he can't because he lost it already. But I was on his side most of the movie, and I'm still on his side at the end. He had a mission. His method were a little bit harsh, like the whip and like punishing people and stuff. But so I read that one of the anecdote of the movie is that Captain Bligh actually was using the lash, so the whip, less frequently than the average captain of his time. So he was actually nicer than most of the captain at the time.
So good.
Can you imagine what the other captains must have been?
But
you know,
let
at the
me
time,
ask you a question, Calvin. You're in this ship. You're going to die, and you find an Iceland where all the women are naked and they want to have sex with you because their gods are telling, "What are you doing?" What
I've
will you
already found this land, the United States of America. I am Christian Fletcher. Yeah, and imagine the average IQ and education of a sailor at that time. They were a bunch of knuckleheads. You know what I mean? They were a bunch of uneducated people, and the only way to keep discipline is to have them scared of the whip.
And they show that
And
at the beginning of the movie when you know that there's a fight between the sailors with Liam Neeson. They're just punching each other. And, yeah, sleep there.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
they were in Irish tavern or something like that.
So Captain Bligh, he was a highly skilled navigator, and he served under Captain Cook. I believe Captain Cook is the captain who discovered Australia. So he knew what he was doing. Now, the court-martial, when he was court-martialed, in the movie, the trials, they feel like a judgment of Bligh's character, right? They want to see if it's his fault, whether he lost the boat or not. But in the 18th century naval law, a court-martial was mandatory for any captain who lost his ship, regardless of the cause. So no matter what happened, no matter the reason why you lost your ship, you had to be court-martialed. It's not because they think he was guilty of anything. It was just part of the rules.
At this time,
Yes,
all the captains were part of the rich, the noble.
I mean, they were the high class society. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So they won't. I mean, they won't be hard with someone of them of their world.
Yeah. So it was more of a hearing than the really court of law or something. Yeah.
And you told me that yes, I'm on the side of the captain. And honestly, when I watched the movie, 100%, Mel Gibson should be in jail for what he have done.
He should have been executed.
Yeah.
He compromised the whole mission. He took everything. They threw away the plants. And I don't know if you guys remember. Do you remember what the Tahitian king tells him when he tells him that he took the ship?
Yeah.
He tells him, because of you, the British are going to come back and they're going to kill us.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mm.
So he fucked up everything for everyone just because he fell in love with a woman. And I'm not even sure he fell in love with a woman. She was just much better looking than the British alcoholic girls he had back in England. You know what I mean?
And the way they finished, anyway, in an Iceland in the middle of the Pacific, with nothing. And I mean, I don't know if you read, but how they found them years later. All the guys died, and they found women and 30 kids in the Iceland. It's just crazy.
Yeah, only one guy with 20 and 21 women, 9 women and 21 children. You know, it
I
was.
think there's been genetic studies, and they found that they all related to Captain Fletcher, Christian Fletcher. And they're not sure whether he survived where he lived on the island or he moved back to England. I think they say that at the end of the movie.
They said,
in the credits.
It's written. We don't know exactly if he died on the island or if he went back to England.
One thing I want to say, though, also why I understand the captain is because he offered the job to Mel Gibson because he liked Mel Gibson, and Mel Gibson was a friend of his. So he put his reputation on the line for this guy, and this guy betrays him. You know what I mean? Not good. He's a bad friend too, you know?
He is, completely. Definitely.
Let me ask you something. Who's the real villain in the movie? Is it Bligh, who's a tyrant enforcing order, or is it Fletcher, who's a rebel driven by emotions?
It's the woman's creature of Beelzebub.
All right, we're demonetized, guys. Thank you. I'm going back to work.
Like the sirens in Our Brothers and the next Odyssey, you know?
Like in every movies of the 80s.
Well, I think Bligh should have known that this was going to happen, and he should have taken action. Like everybody stays on the ship, for example. You know, he should have stopped. Everybody knows that sailors, when they go somewhere, they get involved with women. You know, in every port, it happens. I think he should have been ready for this.
When you think about that, you know, you can say that Bligh could have. I mean, at one moment in the movie, you understand that Bligh had traveled a lot, you know, so he probably met a lot of same situations. So it's even more surprising that he did that during the movie, you know.
I think Fletcher was kind of a Sebastian, you know. He met a girl at salsa, and now that's his girlfriend. You know, he should have he should have just taken it for what it is. It's my girlfriend, but for the time I'm here,
it could be worse than to be compared to Mel Gibson. You know.
Sure.
Me, I'm a kind of Daniel Day-Lewis. You know, as leakers. Hey, Captain.
You know, I don't know if you guys ever heard that meme. It's the beatings will continue until moral improves. So we will keep hitting people until everybody feels happy. You know, that's what Bligh was doing. He had no other tools than negative reinforcement. You do this, we're going to whip you. You do that, we're going to take your food and all that stuff. But that was at the time, that's what you had to do. There was no positive reinforcement. There was not like, oh, great job, guys, thumbs up. You know, it was just do the thing or you're going to get beat up. So I still understand him. I'm still on his side. I think Fletcher was a terrible mistake to have on the ship. He shouldn't have him, you know? He should have known him.
You were talking about the Asian before and said, yeah, English are going to come and kill us. You should be happy, guys, that the Spanish didn't find you first.
The French came in Tahiti. The French came after that.
Ask South America what they think about Spanish conqueror.
The French came and like, hey, we heard you get some breadfruits and some women, naked women. Okay, this is France now.
With very practical boobs, yeah.
All right, I got questions for you guys. Not really questions. I'm gonna make a statement. You tell me if you agree or not. Bligh created the mutiny he feared.
I don't agree.
What about you, Sebastian?
I would say, in a sense, yes. Because he had many opportunities to back up or to soften his comments by pleasing other people without losing his authority, but he didn't. For example, he wanted to absolutely circumnavigate the globe, and many times, 2 times actually, it went to very upsetting the rest of the crew. And because he wanted to keep his authority, he chose fear instead of um, not arguing, and in a sense I think he lost the crew by the way he's acting. Yeah.
So go
For
ahead.
me, there's no crew. The captain at this time, I've read something incredible about the level of the sailors at this time. What kind of guys they were? They were just completely um, the worst of the society can produce. They are uh,
Yeah.
ex-prisoners. They are guys who were they have something to run away. The sailors at these times, there were people who don't have anything to lose. So if you don't maintain a discipline on your vessel, it's over for you. They will eat you. So I think you don't have the choice. In fact, and you said that he was a good captain because he didn't he didn't punish that much. So no, me. I said no, no, no. Uh, the lieutenant was a good captain, and you know what he did when they are on the chaloupe on the vessel. He just give the little food that they have to other guys. So and he saved them. He saved them.
So I got a little historical thing. I think we see the first glimpse of there's going to be a mutiny when they go through Cape Horn, and there's a storm, and everybody thinks it's a bad idea, blah, blah, blah. Well, based on what I read, going through Cape Horn to go to the Pacific Ocean was standard operating procedure for the British Marine at the time. So he didn't make a crazy decision. That's what they were supposed to be doing. You're supposed to go through Cape Horn. The problem is they got unlucky because the weather was bad at that time. But he followed the regular Navy stuff, going through the Cape Horn. So he did what he had to do. I think he should have briefed the people like, hey, I think he let the discipline go down instead of maintaining it at all time. For example, the clothes, right? The uniform standards. Hey, you're not wearing your shirt the right way, guys. Keep wearing your shirt the right way. He should have reminded everybody. He just relaxed a little bit too much on Tahiti himself, and he let the people change
Yeah.
and disrespect the Navy. He should have maintained that and communicated more with his team.
Yeah, it's true. I agree with you on that part, and you see particularly that when it's too late for him. He can get back his authority when he's asking Mel Gibson to come on the ship to have a dinner with him, and he's arrived late. And he's arriving not with a good uniform, and Anthony Hopkins tells him, "Yeah, put the jacket," And at that point, you understand, of course, that he totally lost Mel Gibson and all the other crew.
I think he tried to be a cool captain for a little while on Tahiti, and it failed. These people, you can't be cool with them. Like Hugo said, they're the lowest of the low. They're just guys who jump on a ship. They have no other opportunities in life, and they have no teeth and stuff. Um, you you have to maintain order with these people at all times. So he failed on that. Okay, next statement, guys. Tahiti proves that once people go and taste freedom, they can't come back.
I agree
Okay.
completely.
I, I I agree as well, and I have some insights, real insight from real people from 20th century. I have been lucky to have been in different countries around the world, and I discuss with many French people who have been in many countries around the world. And there is something that a lot of people are saying is that Tahiti and particularly all the islands in the Pacific, it's very specific for what you call in French expatrié, because all of them say the same thing. If you go there for, let's say, 1 or 2 years. 2 years seems to be the number. When you go there for 2 years, it's so much different that the living in classic cities in Europe or United States, that it's almost impossible to go back to your old life. So I think it can have an effect on people, and I can understand that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking more about the sailors when they discovered Tahiti and when they thought about their life in England. I think I think there's no return possible. What do you propose to them? To go back in England and live like a poor guy in Whitechapel in London, or to live in the beach with naked women? Come on.
100%, yeah. There is no comparison possible, and it's better to risk to the death and to be hanged because you are a deserter than to go back in England where there is uh, obviously nothing for you, and you are in paradise
Yeah,
basically.
and you
So
see
why do
that
you want
you
to?
see that when Liam Neeson and 2 3 guys they want to escape. I don't remember who said you're gonna be hanged for that. He said I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah. Mhm.
I can imagine that life on the ship is not great. You know, you get whipped. If you do something wrong, you eat garbage. There's rats, and you sleep on a hammock with a bunch of other sweaty, dirty dudes. And when you arrive in Tahiti, there's coconuts, naked women. Woo! You know, I would. So, okay, let me ask you this: what would you have done? Would you have stayed with the captain or stayed on Tahiti? Considering the risk
It
to your
depends
life.
of the position. If I'm in the command, if I'm in the command, I will have stay. If I was a sailor, I would say fuck you. I go to Tahiti.
Yeah, same. It's a good question, but it's difficult to answer because if you have the knowledge to understand everything, that is totally the contrary of all of the crew. Of course, you have to be careful and you have to think for yourself, you know. But if you are at the same level at the crew, there is no question you stay in Tahiti.
What do you think the sailors who stayed on Captain Bligh's side when they went back to England, how did they feel? You know, oh shit, I'm here, it's raining and it sucks.
I
I
don't
could
think
be in
so.
Tahiti with the others, you know?
I don't think so because they were about to die.
I want a coconut. I want a coconut right now.
Yeah,
No, you can only have potatoes.
yeah, but they were about to die on the small boat. So just before the end, when he gives his food, just they are sharing the small food that they are going to die. You know, your your will is completely destroyed. You have the sun, you have the salt of the sea, and you see they were about to die. I think they were pretty happy to go back to England. Oh, yeah.
I mean, when they were on the ship, right? They have to divide the people. Who are you with? You know, some people that chose to stay with Captain Bligh, and some people chose to stay in Tahiti or whatever.
If I were young, I will stay in Tahiti. Naked woman, come on, you invisible, invisible.
I think we always go back to the same thing. Like, I want to be where the naked women are. You know, that's it.
Yeah.
Do you want to be with naked women, or you want to be whipped on a ship? So that's why I think Captain Bligh didn't make the right decision. He should have maintained order. I'm sure after that, the Navy changed their operating procedures. Like, hey, everybody stays on the ship or something. I'm sure
Yeah,
there
no,
must have been
we avoid
procedures.
Tahiti. We don't go back to Tahiti anymore.
Yeah. Or everybody wears blindfold. You can't see the naked women. You can't look at them.
Oh, you buy clothes for the naked woman, you know, next time you come.
The real city. What did you guys think of the cinematography?
It's great. It's great.
It's
It's
amazing,
great
yeah.
while remaining classical, right? There's no like ambitious, weird shots. There's no steady cam. I don't think so. There's no moving camera. It's all fixed camera, except when it's on a boat, right? But these shots of the ship at sunset, amazing. I can't get enough of it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's like you're watching a documentary, you know. It's
Completely.
mhm.
It reminded me
Yeah.
somehow of a Friedkin movie, you know?
Yeah, it's
I mean,
true.
it's really well done, like professional. You know. I mean, I don't know who participated to create the movie, but it's really well done. You know, there's no sequence that you will have say, this one is not that. The movie is really equilibrate till the end. You know, there's no moment you said it's not credible, all that stuff. It's credible all the movie.
The whole thing, yeah. They have
Eh?
actual sailors who look dirty and skinny and they have no teeth and stuff. If it was made today, all sailors would look like bodybuilders or like fitness models.
Yeah,
They
but
would look like they have protein powder every morning.
yeah, but you won't have any movies today. You porn to your sellers and okay, they go back. You know.
And the ship would be made in CGI on a green screen. It would look terrible. Is there a recent movie on a ship? Do we know of a recent movie on a ship?
Yeah, the most recent one, I think, is the one from World, you know, with Moby Dick kind of
I haven't
movie.
seen
No?
it. Is it all
That-
CGI?
No, all CGI. And
Oh
so
my goodness.
bad play. It's with Chris Hemsworth.
So a
He's,
muscular guy with white teeth
yeah, exactly.
and
Yeah.
good skin.
Thor in a ship, you know.
Yeah. He looks
Yeah.
well fed, I'm sure.
And even there's a moment there's on a small ship, and it's kind of same story, you know. And they still look muscular, you know. So it's ridiculous. They don't have food. They are hungry but muscular.
Is it not in this movie that Chris Hemsworth lost a lot of weight to play the character at one moment because he stayed without eating for a long time and he's supposed to be very, very skinny? It's not in this movie?
I don't know, but when I quit the cinema, I didn't go to internet to check anything about the movie. I just wanted to forget it. It's just a disaster, this movie. Ron Howard.
I want to.
No, just say Ron Howard is a joke. You know, Howard the Dude, the Duck, Heart of the Ocean. What he did. What interesting
I
movie
thought-
he did, Ron Howard.
Apollo 13?
Yeah. You said Howard the Duck? I thought he was George Lucas.
Yeah, as producer.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it
didn't
was
know
at the
was Ron Howard.
same moment that he did Cocoon. It was very close, I think.
Interesting.
I'm sorry, but they are not. I love Apollo 13. I love every space movie, and this one with Tom Hanks is great. Maybe it's his only great movie. We need to check, but no, Ron Howard for me. What he did Solo. Yes, that's it.
Okay, I got a couple more questions before we shut it down. If there was a remake of this movie, what would the casting be? Chalamet
Wow.
as
Wow,
the
wow,
captain,
wow,
Captain
wow,
Bligh,
wow.
Chalamet.
This is the thing, you know. It's almost impossible to think of a remake of this movie. Even, I mean, this movie is so good for its time that I'm not sure you can do it. I'm not sure you can do it again now.
I'm pretty sure that you will have Zendaya inside. She's playing in every movie.
She's one of the Tahitian women.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, she will play all the Tahitian, you know.
No, she will play the captain.
No, it's Tom Holland, the captain.
I think they would show more about like, oh, look how white people are evil and they are mistreating the people on the island.
And you won't have naked woman.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. And all the women are either black or Asian or they're just a very a lot of variety in them.
And they are leaders, you know. They are leaders.
It would be Chalamet as Christian Fletcher, who rebels himself to stay with Zendaya. And who would be the captain? Do we have an actor, the equivalent nowadays, an equivalent older man to play the actor like that? Who would
Christophe
it be?
Lambert?
Because I think when the movie came out, Captain Bligh.
Christophe Lambert.
I've forgotten about Christophe Lambert. When the movie came out, Anthony Hopkins was like 45. So do we have a 45-year-old actor who could play Captain Bligh right now?
But you said it before, it's Chris Pratt, huh? Or Chris Pine, or Chris, anyway.
No, they're too young. They're still too young. I think it would be like, I don't know. Who could it be? Somebody that people like and know?
Robert Downey Jr.
Come on.
I can't imagine him playing that.
No.
So you can
Yeah, I can't
imagine
see
you
it.
can imagine Zendaya inside?
Yeah, 100%. She would be the same role as in Dune. It would be Dune, but at this in a ship. And there would be Jason Momoa, of course. in the
Of
movie?
course, the chief of the of the Tahitians.
The Rock.
The Dwayne Johnson, yeah.
But who would be Captain Bligh though? Who could play that guy? Gary Oldman? No, he's still too old.
And
He's too old, right?
he will refuse. Ed Harris.
No, these are
He's
old people.
Too old.
Too old.
Michael Keaton as well, but he's too old. And
Too old.
No.
Do we have an older man who can play Captain Bligh? A 45-year-old man who could play Captain Bligh? Come on, guys, you can do better.
All the actors who are 45 alike, all the actors like Ryan Gosling, Ryan Reynolds, Jake Gyllenhaal, all these kind of actors, so I don't see a lot, a
Bradley
very
Cooper.
good one that could, with his new face, no, I don't think, yeah.
Can you imagine? That would be a horrendous movie. Okay. If you had to rate this movie, would it be in your top 100?
Like I said,
I'll tell you, for me, yes.
Yes, I understand, but I need to see a list of 100 movies. But anyway, like I said before, it's the best movie about that kind of subject that I've seen. The best one, without any doubt.
Yeah, me too. In the 100, I don't know, because maybe in 2, 3, or 4 years, when we will done more than 100 podcasts, it will be difficult to say again if the movie is in the list of the 100. But yeah, I mean, I will remember this movie for sure, and at now it becomes a classic for me. Yeah.
So you're saying that is the best movie about mutiny in Tahiti happening?
Not only
Ryan,
not only in Tahiti, but it's
So let me ask you this: what's the best movie about 3 friends who find money on a downed plane in the snow?
Interesting question.
I have an answer. I have an answer for that, but I'm not sure you will like it.
It's a very
Make
simple
it simple,
answer.
Sebastian. Make it simple.
Okay, I will do my best. Okay, I wanted to add something, that because I do some. I was curious to watch something, because we often say that all movies are better than the movies nowadays, and I found something that this is the truth of that. One of the truths of that, I searched about all the movie that came out in 1984, all the big movie, and listen to that. In the same year, 1984, you had Beverly Hills Cop, you had Ghostbusters, you had Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, you had Gremlins, The Karate Kid, Footloose, and Romancing the Stone. All these movies only in 1984. So you understand why it was so good before. It's incredible.
That was a
haven't
regular
even
year.
one in 10 years. In 10 years, we don't have a one like that.
Exactly.
That was a regular year in 1984. You know what I mean? Then
Exactly.
1985, you can make another list up to like 1999, and that's it. After 2000, probably it's not the same anymore.
Yeah, even I would say 1995. I mean, at least 10 or 15 years, it was every year like that,
I don't know. 1999 is known for being an amazing year for cinema. You have The Matrix, you have American Beauty, Fight Club, a whole bunch of stuff in 1999. But yeah, at that time, it was a regular year. Oh, amazing movies this year. Let's go watch movies, And now you have like Adam Sandler,
Ryan Reynolds.
Ben Affleck, Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. And 90% of movies are made to be streamed. So yeah. So
you know what I really
sad.
hope this podcast achieve? I hope some younger people listen to it and are inspired to watch older movie, because they don't know what they're missing. They have no idea. They think a movie is Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. They are cops and whatever that movie was. What was it called?
We have convinced the young generation to watch the movie because you have many, many naked women inside. The main argument.
Yeah. But you see, I think in a sense it's possible, but if you look on the other way, maybe it will be difficult as well, because they are born in a world where there is Netflix and where there is TikTok, so they are formatted. So it's difficult for when you are formatted since you are young. and you are born in it, it's difficult to watch behind you and to see something else.
I don't know if you have the parents who join you to watch movie. I know that Kazan, you're watching many old movies with your kids.
I'm trying.
Yeah, and they like movie you're watching with them. Indiana
Yeah,
Jones and
they like it.
yeah. So if you go with your kids, you stop Netflix and you watch old movies. And when I was watching The Bounty, I didn't felt bored in any time. I feel really concentrate in the movie. I want to know what's going to happen.
Because it was a movie, a real movie. Look, how many times can we say it? It was a real movie, and those movies don't exist anymore. They just don't exist anymore.
I think they changed the process to produce movies in Hollywood.
Well, it's lazy now. Lazy
Yeah,
bullshit.
it's completely lazy. It was lazy also, like we said for A Simple Plan. We find it lazy, but it happened also before. But you can take every year and watch the list of the movies released. I'm sure we will be amazed.
Yeah. I was going to say that's why when you see Christopher Nolan go out with a new movie, of course everybody wants to talk about it because
Of
in
course, yeah.
comparison with everything, it's a masterpiece.
Completely, completely.
So, would you recommend this movie to other people who are curious about movies?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, 100%, of course, yeah.
Me too. All right, guys, it's been a pleasure. You listeners, stay tuned. We're pumping more podcasts as we go.
But
we're learning.
We'll
get better.
What is the movie next week?
Wait, hold on. We're gonna get better sound. I know there's been a lot of weird sounds recently, but we'll get better. What's the movie next week, and who's picking it?
It will be my movie for next week, and I choose Whiplash, actually.
No risk. No more risk for Sebastian.
It's a very, very safe bet, Sebastian. I think he got hurt when we talked about A Simple Plan last time. Sebastian, it's better if you make crazy, bets.
Yeah, I could, but to tell you the truth, the last time I chose The Simple Plan, I had already Whiplash in my choosing, but at the last moment I decided to, maybe to go change something a little bit, and
Whiplash is gonna be fantastic.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Leave us comments below. Let us know if you agree with Sebastian's choice. If you hate us, we're interested to know.
And
Until
send
then,
money on TP. Send money with YouTube. You can.
Send us
everything that we don't have
naked
yet.
women, Tahitian women. And until next week, we'll see you guys.
See you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, you can find us on Spotify, on Apple Music, and anywhere you get your podcast. It's a new development. See you guys.
Yeah. See you next week.
See you guys.